merci de vous intéresser au mouvement et de vous joindre aux milliers de bénévoles qui consacrent temps et effort à enrichir la vie des athlètes d'Olympiques spéciaux. Ce module donne un aperçu d'Olympiques spéciaux, notre histoire, notre mission, nos programmes et l'importance de nos bénévoles.
We have a very small staff of people, so all of what we accomplish through other people, volunteers.
For volunteers who want to be involved, who want to give back, but really to get more than they give, to bring their excitement and to meet some wonderful athletes and their families.
The volunteers are amazing. I mean, they get to watch not only as a spectator, but they get involved. They help make events happen.
Anyone and everyone can have a role. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter what skills you have.
There's lots of opportunities if you're not sure to come out and be a fan in the stand.
It's just so mind-opening and so heartwarming and just so great to be a part of something like that.
You just learn from the athletes. You see the joy in their eyes. You see them grow.
The interaction with all of those folks has just made me a better person. It's made me a better husband, a better son. And I don't worry about the small stuff anymore.
I've learned that there is so much good in the world and so many people who want to do good things.
You're doing it for the athletes, but you get so much more out of it. I suggest volunteering whenever you have the time, whenever you have the possibility. It's just really something great to get into.
It opens your mind to the possibilities of changing your community and making the difference in the lives of these athletes and yourself. You gain so much from it.
Le mouvement olympique spéciaux compte environ 4 millions d'athlètes dans 175 pays. Toutefois, avant les années 1960, les personnes souffrant d'une déficience intellectuelle ne pouvaient pratiquement pas accéder à un entraînement sportif, aux compétitions ou aux programmes connexes. Au début des années 1960, des examens menés auprès d'enfants souffrant d'une déficience intellectuelle ont révélé que ces derniers étaient 2 fois moins en forme que leurs pairs non handicapés. On a alors supposé que leur mauvaise condition physique était la conséquence directe de leur déficience. À Toronto, un chercheur, Dr. Frank Hayden, a remis en question cette hypothèse. Pour pousser ses recherches, Dr. Hayden a conclu que, si elles en avaient l'occasion, les personnes souffrant d'une déficience intellectuelle pourraient devenir en bonne forme physique et acquérir les habiletés physiques nécessaires à la pratique du sport. Les travaux du Dr. Hayden ont reçu l'attention d'Eunice Kennedy Shriver et de la Fondation Kennedy de Washington, D.C. et a mené à la création d'Olympiques spéciaux en 1968. La première compétition sportive organisée sous la bannière d'Olympiques spéciaux a été tenue en 1968 au Soldier Field de Chicago. Le Canada y était représenté par une équipe menée par Harry Red Foster.
After years of training, Team Canada joined 2,500 athletes from as many as 100 countries in Idaho to compete in the 2009 Special Olympics World Winter Games. It was a far cry from 1968, when the first World Games were held at Soldier Field in Chicago. Only 2 countries, Canada and the United States, competed. It was Canada's Dr. Frank Hayden who introduced the concept of Special Olympics, but it was Harry Red Foster who brought the movement to Canada in 1969. Dr. Hayden believed that physical activity would benefit those with an intellectual disability. He shared his ideas with Eunice Kennedy Shriver, and the movement was born.
Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt.
There was obviously some risk, and I was well aware of it. I was the only one in Chicago or anywhere else that knew where that was going. Everybody thought it was a one-off, you know, that it was a nice games and a fun thing to do. And, but for me, I always planned for me, this is just the start.
So I think it was really important that they were successful because people immediately said, we've got to have this everywhere. And you know, you can't deny that it wouldn't have gone around the world the way it went around the world without the Kennedy Foundation and the Kennedy name and the influence behind it.
Really what we're providing to our athletes across the world, not just Canada, is an opportunity to live a normal life, to compete, to enjoy the thrill of competition, you know, taking part in something that needs all of the power that you have in your body.
If you said something that surprised me, that maybe surprised me more than anything at those World Games, I'll tell you, because incredible that a young mother like that would walk into a public place and announce, look, I've got a Down syndrome child, and I'm so proud I'm going to be putting him in the Special Olympics eventually. Boy, that just didn't happen. It was the expression of what we put it all together for in the first place, that people didn't feel guilt or shame or anything. In fact, they went out and proudly announced that that was it. It isn't to make and accentuate the difference, it's to integrate and make them part of family and then part of the community, part of society.
Olympiques Spéciaux Canada se consacre à enrichir par le sport la vie des Canadiens et Canadiennes présentant une déficience intellectuelle. En participant à une variété de sports de type olympique, les enfants et les adultes ont la possibilité d'améliorer leurs conditions physiques, de participer au partage des dons et des habiletés, de démontrer leur courage, d'éprouver de la joie. La déficience intellectuelle se caractérise par des limitations substantielles à la fois dans le fonctionnement intellectuel et dans le comportement adaptatif. On appelle comportement adaptatif un comportement nécessaire pour mener une vie autonome et pour fonctionner de manière sécuritaire et appropriée dans la vie courante. Le comportement adaptatif englobe 3 catégories d'habiletés: les habiletés sociales, les habiletés pratiques et les habiletés conceptuelles. La déficience intellectuelle se manifeste avant l'âge de 18 ans. Pour en savoir davantage au sujet de l'admissibilité, veuillez vous référer au matériel informatif supplémentaire. Les habiletés incluant soins personnels, compétences professionnelles et horaires et routines. Les habiletés sociales incluant compétences interpersonnelles, la résolution de problèmes sociaux et l'estime de soi. Les habiletés conceptuelles incluant concepts de temps et d'argent, compétences langagières et l'alphabétisation. Pour être admissibles à Olympiques spéciaux, les athlètes doivent avoir une déficience intellectuelle comme déficience principale, même s'ils peuvent également présenter des déficiences connexes. Consentir à se conformer aux règlements sportifs d'Olympiques Spéciaux Canada. Voici les sports d'été et d'hiver pratiqués à Olympiques Spéciaux Canada. Veuillez vous adresser à votre bureau provincial ou territorial pour savoir quels sports sont offerts dans votre région. Les sports d'été incluant natation, l'athlétisme, boccia, soccer, dynamophilie, 5 quilles, basketball, golf, gymnastique rythmique, balle molle et 10 quilles. Les sports d'hiver incluant le ski alpin, hockey intérieur, raquette, patinage de vitesse, curling, patinage artistique et ski de fond.
As a person, Narissa is a very positive individual. She challenges herself regardless of whether she can achieve it or not. She always says, yes, I will try, whether it's in sport, whether it's in life. Special Olympics has given them opportunity and exposure in life beyond that we ever anticipated or ever expected it to be a bit. Now she has developed and she's very intense, she's very committed and trains every week and really enjoys competing at every level. She knows what she wants to do right now and she knows what she wants to achieve and work towards. She just persists and pushes herself to the best of her ability. It is not only the competing, but it's just the opportunity of meeting so many people. She's developed lifelong friendships. Just come to one of the events and see exactly what goes on. And then you would realize what an amazing experience it is for the athletes, for the families, and for the community.
Les programmes offerts par Olympiques spéciaux sont de tous les niveaux, de enfants actifs, pour participants âgés de 2 à 6 ans, aux programmes de compétition internationale, en passant par les programmes d'introduction à la compétition. Les programmes locaux sont offerts sur une base régulière et des compétitions sont fréquemment organisées, permettant ainsi aux athlètes de progresser grâce à un cycle de compétition provinciale ou territoriale et de graduellement avancer aux compétitions nationales et aux Jeux mondiaux. Les Jeux nationaux d'Olympiques spéciaux Canada se tiennent tous les 2 ans et alternent entre les Jeux d'été et les Jeux d'hiver. Les Jeux mondiaux se tiennent également tous les 2 ans et alternent entre les Jeux d'été et les Jeux d'hiver. Ils ont lieu l'année qui suit les Jeux nationaux. Les compétitions dans le cadre des Olympiques spéciaux sont organisées de façon à ce qu'un athlète se mesure à un autre athlète ayant des habiletés similaires et appartenant à une division de même niveau, un processus que l'on appelle répartition par division. Les habiletés d'un athlète ou d'une équipe sont établies en fonction du pointage de départ obtenu lors d'une compétition précédente ou des résultats d'une épreuve préalable ou préliminaire organisée pendant la compétition. Tous les athlètes sont invités à participer, peu importe leur niveau d'habileté, et la performance de chacune est soulignée comme il se doit. Développement à long terme de l'athlète est un cadre de développement des savoir-faire physiques, de la condition physique et des habiletés relatives à la compétition selon une approche par étapes. La plupart des programmes d'Olympiques spéciaux sont organisés autour de ce modèle et de ces 7 étapes de développement. Comme le montre le schéma ci-contre, le développement à long terme de l'athlète commence par l'étape enfant actif, progresse vers les étapes de développement des athlètes et se termine par l'étape actif pour la vie. La durée de chacune des étapes dépend du moment où les personnes ont commencé leur progression, de leurs besoins et de leurs intérêts. Il est possible de participer pour la première fois à un programme des Olympiques spéciaux à tout âge, selon les sports qui ont été pratiqués auparavant et l'expérience préalable. Dans de nombreux cas, les personnes débuteront par les stages enfants actifs et s'amuser grâce au sport qui met principalement l'accent sur le savoir-faire physique.
Our Active Start program is a program for our youngest aged athletes, aged 2 to 6, and it's a great program. We work on the fundamental movement skills all through play. So we work on skills such as running, jumping, throwing, through fun games and activities in a 1-week, 1-hour session each week.
Well, I like how it's really geared for the young kids, and you know, it works on a lot of developmental things that we're working on with Levi, so it's a nice fit for us to come here and know that there's a program like this that helps us in our development of Levi with these physical challenges. You know, anytime that the kids can get more comfortable with their balance and playing with new objects and you know, introducing new things to them is always important, so this has been a great opportunity to do that.
I think it's really important for 2 reasons. I mean, the first is we're really focusing on the fundamental skills that you need at this age to develop in order to be an athlete, and also just to figure out what you're interested in and what types of sports might be something that you'd like to pursue in the future at the Special Olympics. It's just amazing that we have the opportunity to get the word out there about how amazing the program is, and you know, if you're looking for something to get your child involved in, Active Start is where it's at.
For both Levi's mother and myself, athletics has been an important part of our life, and it's something that we want to continue on with our children. It's given me a lot in my life personally, a lot of friends, discipline, a lot of fun, and it's something that all kids should be involved in at you know, as early as possible.
Our youth athletes, we didn't have any programs for them, and we realized that they were kind of missing out on getting into the Special Olympics movement, and we had an opportunity to expose them to Special Olympics and start training them as athletes so that down the road they can partake in our high-level competition. And so we utilized this opportunity to teach them some sport skills, but also have a great time and enjoy themselves as well.
We're going to introduce as much as possible to him, and I think he'll be the person that tells us what he's interested in or what he's not interested in, but we hope that it plays a part in his life for sure. My wife has big aspirations. She's convinced that one of us is going to go to the Olympics, and I think it's going to be this guy here.
Apprendre à s'entraîner, s'entraîner à s'entraîner, apprendre à compétitionner, s'entraîner à la compétition et s'entraîner à gagner représentent la série d'étapes consécutives pour lesquelles les athlètes peuvent choisir de passer pour optimiser leur potentiel. Les athlètes peuvent également décider de se maintenir à un niveau d'activité et de rester à un stade donné ou encore de passer au stade vie active.
Well, I think my expectations of Special Olympics were firstly to get Peter involved in the sport. He loves the team. They have this great bond with each other. I did ask him last year, it was funny, what his position was, and he said ball hog, because sometimes we have to tell him to pass the ball. He's up at 7 o'clock in the morning. So he has his breakfast, doesn't put on his uniform yet because he's afraid of getting it dirty. And then he fills up his water bottle, and then he goes up and gets all organized, and he gets his basketball shoes on, and then we're off. It's not only just basketball, it's the social event and the competition. They're just so happy to compete with each other, to play with each other, and have this whole bond that they've developed over the last 5 or 6 years. And it's been the best experience of my life. I mean, it's part of my family now. It's part of us. You know, Special Olympics has become a big, big part of our lives because Pete now can do what every other kid can do. He's thriving, he's getting exercise. Special Olympics has done such a great job for us as a family.
On s'attend à ce qu'il y ait un très grand nombre d'athlètes dans le stage vie active. Il sera toujours indiqué d'offrir des occasions de participation au sport durant toute la vie et de faire en sorte que les athlètes s'amusent en faisant du sport, améliorent leurs conditions physiques et prennent part à des compétitions qui correspondent à leurs objectifs personnels. Olympiques spéciaux n'existeraient pas aujourd'hui et n'auraient jamais vu le jour sans le temps, l'énergie, l'engagement et l'enthousiasme de ces bénévoles. Le mouvement repose sur eux à tous les paliers pour garantir un entraînement et des compétitions de qualité à chaque athlète. Olympiques spéciaux Canada accueille des bénévoles aux horizons très divers. L'organisme est soutenu par plus de 17 000 bénévoles inscrits, dont 13 000 entraîneurs formés. On peut s'engager de bien des façons, notamment en organisant des événements spéciaux, en collaborant à un programme ou à un club, à titre d'entraîneur ou de directeur de club sportif, par exemple, en s'occupant de financement, en siégeant à des conseils d'administration et à des comités, en travaillant avec le programme Athlètes en santé.
Since the beginnings of Special Olympics in the 1960s, the organization has grown to include millions of athletes around the world. We hope to continue this growth trend and to broaden our reach and include even more athletes, programs, and services. Take a look at where we are headed and how by volunteering you can help us to reach our goal.
Told Loretta will not be able to learn. I remember the days when I was told I would never be able to graduate from high school. I also remember the days when I was told I was worth nothing. But I can remember when I first went to Special Olympics, I was angry. I didn't think I would be worth 2 cents. But a coach told me, Loretta, you got to stop using your fists and use those feet more.
Sport leads to better health, better nutrition, and a sense of belonging. Yet people with intellectual disabilities are routinely excluded from sports, so they experience further social isolation and chronic health conditions. At Special Olympics, we provide year-round sports training and athletic competitions for 4 million athletes with intellectual disabilities. But that's just a drop in the ocean. Even with 53,000 local and regional competitions every year, we reach only 2% of those who need us. How can we reach the world's most hidden population and transform their lives? An online sports academy is one powerful solution, using a massive open online course system capable of bringing educational material to tens of millions of athletes who would otherwise be overlooked, as well as revolutionizing the way that coaches are recruited and trained. A training app is just one of the tools that will benefit athletes, allowing them to train with remote instruction and training plans from their coach. Athletes can now train every day and begin to demonstrate their personal best to themselves and their communities instead of waiting for their next session with their coach. Through the power of an online sports academy, we want to reach 530,000 coaches and 5.3 million athletes by 2015. Now is the opportunity to create a global culture of sports excellence within our movement, maximizing the well-being and athletic potential of every athlete. This is our vision. It's one worth fighting for. Join us.